WAI, the Women's Art Initiative, Palmerston North. Founder and facilitator, Dr. Karen Seccombe.
WAI is a space for women in their tamariki who have experienced violence and abuse. We've been operating for 12 years. When you're using art as therapy, it tends to be analysed with the outcome that you want to help that person or fix what's wrong with them. So it comes from a deficit perspective. In our space, we make art as a social justice approach to social change. And so it's an activist approach to art making. So it's quite a different space. Yes, I guess people are healing because they're part of a community. You know, people can come and laugh and cry and tell their stories here and know they're safe. And so that's huge, but that's not what we were set up for. We were set up to offer people a voice, a space, a place to self-represent their narratives, because as people have experienced violence, everyone will talk for you, they talk about you, they talk to you. You don't very often get a chance to speak for yourself, and art making allows us to do that, often for the first time, to say what we need to say.
Clay sculptures on a shelf.
In this country, 1 in 3 women will experience violence. And it might take a woman up to 7 times to be able to leave. Leaving is the most dangerous time, and often for many of us, if we're experiencing financial abuse, psychological abuse, we don't have good options. Women get blamed for making poor choices, but that's actually not the case at all. It's like, you know, often you're making choices from the options you've got, and if they're shit options, then you don't have a lot to choose from. So in our country, it's a huge issue. There are a lot of negative social responses if women choose to share that they have experienced violence, and kind of them perceiving you as somehow less because that's what you've been through. But none of the women here, none of our rangatahi are less. They are amazing people.
A woman gently touches the artworks.
We range from painters to potters to crochet artists, textile, people who work in paper. Experimenting often has felt really unsafe. We don't always trust ourselves after we've been through experiences of violence because everybody's blamed us for being there, and so often that tends to make you doubt your own capability. And I think that's a big part of our kaupapa here is we play a lot. Like, we've seen people who couldn't look us in the eyes when they first came in, who have held their own exhibitions and, you know, got up and spoken to the crowd and just kicked butt. And it's just like, whoa, you know, who is this person, you know? It's huge, yeah. It gives you confidence because you know that you're not standing alone. In our space, people do what they want to do. Someone will be sitting in the corner doing their crochet or a painting, or, you know, like we love people to come in with their strengths, but also do what they want to do. It's a studio space. It's not a classroom, we're not teachers. We're here facilitating because that makes this space safer. The art making allows us to identify who we are and to start to work through some of those things that have been taken from us, you know, to rebuild our sense of safety and confidence and I guess just awareness, you know, to re-find ourselves and work out what matters to us.
Creative Spaces Network, championed by Arts Access Aotearoa.